Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Hand of Fate. Let's continue. So, we may be closer to the end than I think, but we're going to try and hit everything.
The serpent. There is no doubt that you have traveled an interesting road, adventurer.
So the Desert of the Damned.
Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
You find the casket buried in the sands. As you reach it for it, a voice calls out, "Stranger, stay your hand. This cast bears the curse of the serpent's mark." Well, last time I had a card that told me it's cursed, don't do it. I didn't get the token, so I'm gonna just open it anyways and maybe get cursed. We get success. You cautiously break open the seal, releasing a burst of stale but dusty air. Inside you find some loot. "Oh," exclaims the old man, "my mistake. That's just a treasure jar." The dealer draws you one gains card. The card's token is now yours. Plus 10 max health. Excellent. That card worked fine. Hero's Remains is not what I want to do, so I'm just going to make an excuse. Sigh, of course, being an adventurer means that you must wash your hair regularly. All those bloods and cuts. The excuse you make is you have to wash your hair. I wanted to do that so it doesn't overwrite one of the cards, because we're doing this golem hunting party, and this has been about the third or fourth time I've only gotten one or two of those done.
Like everything we deal with here, we do not merely speak of a tavern, but the archetypal ideal of a tavern. Still, it's not that simple. These places exist, or once existed.
So the tavern.
I will happily wager on the outcome. I do not think you have what it takes.
In a tavern, you meet a ship's captain. "Pirates have taken over my ship, the drunkard winch. Help me reclaim her, and I'll share whatever treasure remains in our hold." You know what? I'm just going to refuse this one, because I've tried to help him twice, and it hasn't worked. You leave the captain to drown in his ale. As you leave the tavern, a gang of sailors ambush you. You fight them off quickly, but in the struggle, they escape with your helmet. Really? So that was worse than even helping. The Blood Auction 2.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
60 blood and 1 success.
A choice. Select your desire.
And I fail. That's a shame. I don't have any gold, so I'll pass by the healer. And we'll exit.
Now, this is my kind of travel. You are my most persistent foe. Here it ends.
Well, it kinda does. We have the Scorching Zeal, medium armor, no blessings, no helmet, a default shield, and no gloves, no trinkets, and no artifacts, and at most 110 health, and 2 food. So if I don't find the boss in a couple of steps or get some more food, I've lost. Merchant's favor. I'm gonna accept and take the gold.
I appreciate your ingenuity. I look forward to seeing how you approach this particular challenge.
Hellbeast attack, that's something I didn't really need right now. I added these Hellbeast attack, I believe, to the deck on accident. this is a new area to fight in. Every time I think they've run out of areas, they come up with a new little arena. I could see this being like World of Warcraft or something, but then I really never understood like how you could actually play World of Warcraft. It seems like you wander around a lot and just attack and attack and attack. 1 games card, 10 food. Hey, I am now set. Charity.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
Let's see. I'll give him 1 food. Return policy. Give the gold. 1 piece of... There you go, consuming shame. That'll be nice. The Angry Guild
Can you
Master.
walk in the shadows and seek the light?
This is the father of the lovers, or the daughter of the girl of the lovers card. So I'm gonna bump into him and steal from him.
Win this and claim my token.
As you travel the dark streets of Stiegel one night, an omen atop the mighty steed nearly knocks you down. Steal from him. I need a huge success here. Failure. Get your filthy hands off me, swine. The nobleman slaps you away. The healer draws you 1 health pain card. So I have to steal from him, but I need to be more careful. Either this is the boss, or the top right is the boss. And this is the boss.
And so the end begins.
Well, I suppose we're as equipped as we're gonna be to beat this boss. The king imbues his followers with patriotic zeal. They will not die while he lives. He wears down his foes with deadly spines launched from his shield before obliterating them with a brute strength. He has lived since before humans came to this place, mighty, lonely, dangerous beyond measure. This lizardman battled creatures that slithered from the outer darkness, from the very hells themselves. I love when fantasy
for you, and
stories have like a whole
succeed.
creation story going on there. Lizardman can attack while defending, wearing his foes down with the deadly spines launched from his shield. That's a slightly different way of saying it. 4 of scales also. And we are in a dark area. Man, does this look dark? Oh, good. I'm glad that lit up, because for a second there I was thinking, notice that they simply just like half animated this area. So we gotta take the king out first. There's no point in fighting anybody else. Oh. I'm gonna use my other card to see what it's doing. I think I took him out. So, battle done, apparently. Apparently my artifact has some kind of poisoning ability. Well, I'm down to 48 health, but I won kind of easily. Now remember, I got very lucky at the beginning of this run to lose the curses. And as soon as I lost those curses, the whole concept of this
You have beaten all
setup.
the members of my court. The game is done. Do not think that this means you are beyond judgment. You have not won your life. No, one more trick remains.
So we now have new starting gear, food or gold bonus, swift feet, your movement speeds increase, lizardmen have fire armor, ratmen have increased health, and lizardmen have a health increase. Nice.
The dagger is a symbol of the intellect's ability to cut through the ties that bind us. My intellect built this entire framework from the barest pieces. You dare take it from me? I honor our deal. You win, and you gain reward, even though I now work against myself.
So, let's see what happens now. For protecting the druid's ritual, I receive the Moonlight Horror. For escaping the labyrinth, I receive gain 5 food, an artifact, and the White Minotaur as another piece of the DLC. For satisfying the Demon Trader, I receive the Ring of Return and Demon Trader 5. For defending the Landlocked Lubber, you receive the Landlocked Lubber 4, some coin of the Mist or something. I can't read. Queen of the Sea, I think. And all that glitters, maybe? I don't even know what that said. We'll look at it in a second. Opening a cask bearing the cursed serpent smoke, I receive gain 30 food and the depth of might armor. And for defeating the final boss, the Lizardman King, I receive a new weapon, a new ring, the Master Ring, the something crescent is the weapon, the Ring of Peace, and a new story card called Soldiers of Love.
Only I remain.
So only he remains.
There is nothing left but your final challenge.
Alright. So the final challenge shows up here. The dealer. So the dealer's curse is the player receives a curse at each new dungeon level, and excommunication. Player cannot receive any more blessings. Plus it will have excommunication, 3 Call of the Shadows, and 3 Devil Traps.
You face me now for the ultimate prize. I offer no mercy.
Notice that the background is now light again, and the statues in the background are now crumbled again. I think it just happens at random intervals. See, and it only feels like though we've unlocked 80% of the encounters and maybe 75% of the equipment. So, the Blood Crescent is one we want to end. And every single time we have to kind of do this. Just go through all the cards to see which ones are new. I wish there was a better system for this. That one. And that one. Particularly since every time this happens, you're completely told to pick the recommended version again. Every third combat plus 20 health. Player inflicts 3 more damage for every curse they have. See, that would be like 6 damage for this ring, and I don't think that's really worth it. Let's see. Once per combat, 6 plus 3, 10 gold appears. I'll get rid of the occult ring. we'll get rid of this, so it's just all new stuff. And then this one. I have 2 more things to get rid of. Like that one. And which of these weapons would be like a good one to get rid of? That one. So it's still very important to remember I'm only beating this game at all because it is then I've moved down the easy. Let's see. Devil's Wager. I'm trying to get all of those in here, but then I'd have to get rid of 8 cards. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And we'll get rid of this one. Actually, it's not too hard to get rid of the right number of encounter cards, is it? It is a little strange that there's this one DLC card way over here, the Underground Totem, and then nothing else. All the other DLC encounter cards are either not marked that way anymore, or something else. Seems like something there would make some more sense, but I guess not. Maybe there's something more that should be done with the Underground Totem. We're gonna take on the dealer. It would be kind of funny if the dealer is really weak and he dies on the first hit.
You face me. The rules change yet again.
See, it doesn't seem like it's too bad of a setup. Maybe because I'm playing on easy, I don't know.
Another curse on the table. Let us see how you deal with it.
So, player takes extra damage from ranged attacks?
You are so close to victory, and I am so close to the final nothingness. I have fought against this day for so long.
It's almost like heavenly in the background now. Attack speed's increased
Speed
by
is
10%.
but a small part of the equation. Accuracy, skill, timing, these count for everything.
Player chooses from multiple equipment or game cards. The choices available are increased by 1. But I lose that blessing because I think I can't have any blessing. But isn't that what this one says? Player cannot receive any more blessings. Yeah, so I lost it just immediately. The game always doesn't explain this. But also I want to, like, look at the stacks of cards. There's an equipment card and an encounter card deck on the lower right. For no real reason. There's no reason why the encounter cards would be on your side of the table. Or the equipment card. And then over there on the left, there is your food gain cards and your pain cards. Well, I think it's a gains deck, a pains deck, a curse deck, a blessing deck, and a monster deck. That's a lot of decks, definitely, but why are they split up this way? It makes no sense. It really doesn't. If you were really playing this game, you would have all the decks on one side. Defeat this challenge 3 times in one session to remove it from your deck. One lava jar. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually have to start playing in endless mode to get this, to get rid of this set of cards. Oh, that hurt. So I'm going for a 1, 2, 3. But if I interrupt him, it doesn't seem like that. There we go. So we see some extra pickups on top of 2 other cards. Here's Golem Haunting Party 2. So I should be in a good run to get this done. It would feel almost contrived if the 3rd card was Golem Haunting Party also. But getting rid of these 3 cards would be very, very nice. It would open up 3 slots where I could start to think about what are the actual encounters I would like in the game. Are those encounters things worth it? Are they the type of things that will profit me, or at least have a good chance of profiting me? Got that one done without even a scratch, it feels like. So now every single card has something on it. The White Minotaur. Alright.
We play for a token now.
The next time you come across a trail of the White Minotaur, you're surprised to find also find tracks that may belong to the Huntsman. I need to kill the Huntsman. You follow the tracks to a nearby glade where you spot them locked in a duel to the death. The Huntsman parries and rolls away from the Minotaur's charge. They exchange blow and the Minotaur smashes down his mace, causing sparks of arcane energy to shoot from its tip. The Huntsman spots you out of the corner of his eye and a look of surprise flickers momentarily on his face. The moment is long enough to distract him, and the White Minotaur smashes him to the ground with his mace and gores him with one of his horns. The Minotaur roars in triumph before turning towards you. You ready yourself for combat. Well, hopefully the Huntsman weakened him a little bit. This may actually be the end of me. I don't have a lot of things. And he is white. Interesting. So the Minotaur I fought before, he's kind of slow. He's got a freeze attack. So I need to get a couple hits in and then roll out of the way. And a couple is being generous. This ice attack stuff. Oh man, I think I may lose here. See, as soon as he hits me. And I have no idea what health level he's at. So I'm down to 20. If there's anything more to the fight than that, I'm probably not going to survive. The white minotaur falls to the ground defeated. The card's token is now yours. I think that's the end of that story. It would be really difficult to have more of the story after that encounter. So.
A tear between worlds. A thing that cannot be, yet is.
I have a lot of food now. Maybe I can finally find that charity.
The world is but surface. Behind it, mysteries and wonders transpire.
The house demon sniffs you, then says, "Begone, mortal, you have the taint of evil about you, but only one of the hellish lords or their truly accursed minions may enter this establishment." So I don't think I, as the apprentice character, could work there. I don't think I'm ever going to get through that. Particularly as the apprentice that has at least one blessing on him.
Step through, if you dare.
New curse, surprise attack. My 30 gold and my 30 food sounds...
Do you understand what it is we do now? Or did I rush you through the rules, pushing you into the play before you were prepared?
Excellent. So, I'm gonna take an opportunity here to not go on either one of the cards at the two bottom, and just, we're gonna go down, to the right, do that card. Forget the stranger that would give me like 10 gold for my blood. That's not really worth it. Forget the maze trap. That's not really worth it.
Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now.
What's interesting is some of these sound effects from this game sound very familiar to, I believe it was called Shazam. It was a pinball game. Or was it Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, or Aladdin? It was called something like that.
Soldiers lacking in all responsibility. No wonder the capital is under siege from all directions.
So, but that pinball game did have some very unique and sounds very familiar to these sounds. You can play it through Pinball Arcade on Steam if you get that and get the right table. Let's see, soldiers on leave.
Again, a token is at stake.
In a busy town, you meet 3 disheveled soldiers. We got drunk last night, one of them explains, and gambled away all our gold. And our helmets. Another one joins in. We'll trade food for any helmets you have on you. Our captain's gonna have our hides if we turn up without them. Give the soldiers your helmet. He always says only a fool goes into battle without a helmet. I'll give him my helmet. You hand over the helmet and they give you some food. 2 food gain cards. 5 food. 5 food. The soldiers pass the helmet around, each trying it on. This is a strange looking thing, but I guess it'll do the job. Have you got another helmet? We'll pay for a second helmet. Sure, why not? You give the trio your second helmet and they give you some more food. 5, 10, 3. I don't believe I have a third helmet. 2 of the soldiers try the new helmet on, but then one with the first helmet decides to take the new one instead, and the other 2 argue over who gets the first helmet. Have you got a third helmet? We'll give you the rest of our provisions for it. Sorry, I don't have a third helmet. The soldiers lose interest in you and begin to harass each other. Every other armed person they see. Oh, so I got food for that, but I didn't get the token. Wow, you're gonna have to have 3 helmets to get that done. I guess I could potentially approach the shop and see if maybe I could buy another helmet and then run back over there. We have buy items. What's the cheapest helmet I could get for 22?
A tool with a very specific but useful purpose. Not much use if you're not facing lizards, though, eh? Sorry, that struck me as funny.
And 6 for...
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
We won't buy any food.
You may aid them if you wish. I'm sure they'll simply fall back into the same ways, given time.
So... see, you have to have 3 with you. And we'll take this weapon. We got an equipment, but you have to have 3 helmets with you the whole time. Next time I'll know that. Well, it's heavily unlikely I'll have 3 helmets. We could purchase it with 23 gold, so let's move forward.
All sorts of terrible things live in caves. Are you sure?
Whenever the player purchases a new item, they gain a curse. Well, I
Think
guess
about the way you
purchase
play
new
this
items.
game. You continue to die, yet we reset the board each time. One has to wonder how it is possible to truly lose.
We'll approach the treasure chest. I'll lose. Gas trap. Escape the gas. Fail that. 1 pain card. 5 max health. Now we approach the treasure chest. Attempt to pry it up. Now, I don't think you ever get anything different than the...
Choose from these options.
than the treasure chest. 30 gold. 10 gold. 10 gold. 7 gold. I'm doing rather well. I think it's safe to go here, because I don't think I'm going to fight the dealer.
Imagination and illusion. Spells without weight and meaning. Yet they can wrap you in ribbons as easily as any other.
Let's see what this does. One night you wake to find yourself enclosed in a maze of traps. Everything seems strangely familiar, like a nightmare from your childhood. The disembodied voice calls out, seemingly from the sky. I've often wondered, does one controls one's dreams, or does a dream control you? If it is the latter, then does it mean that when we sleep, when we are at our most unguarded, we are at the mercy of our own minds? Again, this feels like a DLC thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in the original game you didn't have any kind of interactions with mazes like this. There kind of is a weirdness. Oh, this is strange. Just about how this game is released. I'm gonna die. Gave that. There's a very strange weirdness about how this game is released. It should have been released with little updates every few months as kind of like a free-to-play thing. Although there's no, like, multiplayer here, so then that would be kind of weird too. Yeah, in comparing this to how Hearthstone is released, it feels very strange. You wake up the next morning wondering why you cannot shake the vision of a cat playing with a mouse and the sound of a laugh cold and cruel. Alright. I think it would make sense to probably jump down, go here, then go down to regain some of my health. I have plenty of food. Unfortunately, what I am short on is time. I've let my clock get away from me, so we've gone a little long. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.